Imagine going from feeling like you have the flu
This was fatigue on a different level. This was like my body was made out of lead.
to falling into a coma 3 days later.
Best case scenario, the next thing I remember is I wake up from the coma. Worst case scenario is I don't.
Even worse, all approved treatments have been exhausted, and your medical team didn't think you were going to survive.
This is the situation, and you can either get up and make the best of it, or you can, lay back and suffer.
This is Gary's story.
So when Castleman disease hit, I had no idea what it was. I thought it felt like a flu. But the thing is, with a flu, normally I would feel it hitting like midway through a day, not feel so well. I'd go home, eat a little food, rest, and then whatever I felt like in the morning, I'd go to work and work through it, and it would be gone. This was fatigue on a different level. This was like my body was made out of lead. I had the thought in my mind, this is all just a big mistake. JC and my brother and sister had to fight the hospital to get me to the next hospital, just to take me to the regional one where maybe there'd be more answers. There were more facilities. And somebody there found an article on David Feigenbaum and the work he was doing, and that he was a patient researcher.
I met Gary back in 2016. I received a bunch of phone calls the same afternoon from different doctors all around Penn saying, there's a patient in the ICU with Castleman disease and you should go up to see him. And I rushed up to the intensive care unit.
He visited and he said he's going to come in. I'm nervous about that. But I'm picturing this, this old guy in a lab coat and, I don't know, I assume gray hair and glasses and all that sort of. And what walked in was David Feigenbaum in amazing shape and this young guy. And I was like, wow, I hope I have whatever he has, because if I can get there, I'll take it.
I was immediately struck by just how sick he was. All of his organs were failing. He looked so ill, and frankly, he looked so much like I looked when I was really, really sick. Really sort of at the last possible moment, the chemotherapy started to kick in, and all of a sudden the lab tests that were just crashing began to start to slow down and then eventually start to improve.
I thought I had hope after my first flare when they said, okay, there's a drug for that. It's a stronger kind of hope when I come through the second flare after the FDA-approved drug doesn't work, and they say, oh, well, we can try this. This may work for your disease. So I've been in remission for 6 years and 8 months. So for a rare disease patient, you've been dealt this hand, and that's the situation whether you smile or not. The smile feels better. The hope feels better.